I will be calibrating this HPC Blitz machine, which unfortunately is out of calibration. And we're going to start with the spacing. First, we're going to have to adjust the tip stop spacing, because every time we change that, we will mess up the shoulder gauge. So it's pretty straightforward. I code cut a key with a number 9 cut on the 3rd position using my best punch, which I know is accurate. And I'm going to put it in with the B vise. And usually I believe you use the 90 MC cutter for best. This is the 1011, but it doesn't matter because all the cutters have the center in the same spot. So as long as I center in the middle part, we should be good. And here we have card C3. I'm gonna center this good as I can in the cut. And now if you look down there, you can see the cutter is perfectly in the center of the cut. And if you look right here, the spacing is off. So we're going to have to fix that. Now, the way we do that is we have to move the carriage, I believe, to the right. And there are 4 set screws holding it together. There are 2 down here. And back here, there are also 2. So I'm going to loosen these up. Let's see here, lefty-loosey. Okay, they're super loose to begin with. That's probably why it's off. Alright, okay. And this is already starting to move without the rod. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dial it in. And I'm going to line up the cut. I can see this properly. I think I got it right. Well, no, not quite. Not quite. I believe I have it lined up. So the key is perfectly lined up in the cut. And the needle, double check here. The needle is perfectly on the number 3. Yep. And now I'm just going to go ahead and tighten these one at a time. Without moving the carriage. Okay. Double check. Yep, we're still aligned. Now that that is done, we can move over and adjust the shoulder stop. For that, we're going to turn the vise back around to the A side. We're going to use a factory pre-cut key. And we're just going to pick any spot here. I'm going to be using the Schlage C45 card. And let's see, we have a relatively deep cut on the number 2. So, I'm going to dial it to the number 2. And then line up the key. I dialed it to the number 2 space right here, and then I put it into the second cut on the key, and I haven't engaged the shoulder gauge yet. So once I know I'm in the right spot, I tighten it up, and then we're gonna put the shoulder gauge in here. It looks like it's pretty much dead on already. And let's just pretend it's not. The way you move this is also very simple. There's a set screw. Turn it so you can see it right in here. And all you do is loosen that. Move the gauge out of the way. And then you can move this bottom rod around, and whenever you turn it, you move the shoulder gauge. So now it's completely off. And I believe right there, maybe a little further. Yeah, right there is where I want it. A little further over. Yeah, where it barely touches, but it's not tight. And then carefully tighten this back up. I'm going to double check my spacing. Put it in there. Yep, and it's perfectly centered. Okay. All right, now we're going to go over to the depth, and that is also relatively simple. We're going to take the CMMI micrometer card, inch, A-jaw, and I'm going to be using quickset keys because they're nice and flat at the bottom, so we're not going to have any deviation from it turning, and it's much easier to measure with a micrometer. And a lot of other keys. Alright. Now, I really don't care about spacing, so I'm just going to dial it somewhere. I'm going to be cutting the key to any known depth. Let's just go to 0.300. Now I'll cut to 0.300, so if I put this on here, we should be perfectly at 0. And we are not, we are off. Not by a lot, by about 6 thousandths. And to adjust the depth, we loosen these two little set screws here that are holding the top rod in place that actuates the depth plunger. Don't make those all the way loose because that gets difficult quickly. And our wrench fits right on the end here. At least I thought it did. Okay, it does. Now, let's think. So we were cutting too deep. I think. So if we were cutting too deep, which way do we want to move it? I believe up. I'm just going to do that right now, but I'm guessing here. Gonna put it back in. Not like I really have to shoulder gauge it because I'm just cutting anywhere. And you gotta do the same thing. Go to 0.300, just somewhere else. And see if I made it better. Okay, and it looks like I moved it the wrong way. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's compare it to the other one. No, I think I moved it the right way, just not very far. Okay. Okay. And we are pretty much dead on. And I believe this is where I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to move it for... I think we might be 1/1000 off. Or 0.5, but I'm going to leave it right here. That's good enough. These machines are never going to be as accurate as the Freeman 2, unfortunately. Anyway, I hope this helped.